How do you get back into comics? You jump right in. Hey there, comic fam. Welcome back to Climbing Comics. I'm Alan, and this will be my first episode of a series where I try to answer questions I had when I first got back into comics. Today we'll be answering the question, where should I start? When I first got back in the comic collecting hobby, I kind of had some idea where to start, but I wish I asked myself a couple of questions before I did, because it would have made the path a little bit more clear as I was collecting. So two of those questions are what and why. What do I like and why am I collecting? So what do I like actually will give you the very first bits and pieces of where you should start. Not necessarily great story arcs or storylines, but at least when you go into the LCS or you ask amongst people in the community, you have an idea of, hey, I like this character. What are some of the great story arcs of this character? Or I like mystery. What are some cool mystery stories? Or what are some great horror stories? Things like this. Secondly, I wish I asked myself, why am I collecting? So I don't like to necessarily put big buckets of different types of collectors, but for where to start, I think understanding what you want to do with the hobby will greatly impact how you collect. So, for example, are you a reader? If you're a reader and you don't care about grabbing floppies or like the actual physical comic book, why not download an app and read that way? If you are an enthusiast in general, you just want to read the stories but also have the books, then go to your LCS and collect the books that way. Or thirdly, if you're a speculator, obviously you might want to do a little bit more research of what's coming up, what's going to be a hot book, and maybe collect books that way. So there's a lot of different ways to collect. And in the beginning, I was kind of collecting all different ways. I had the app, I was collecting things that I liked. I was playing off of the FOMO of what other people said was coming up. I was looking at the news of new things that were coming out and buying those books as well. I spread myself way too thin, and I think if I had just answered this question of what type of collector I am, then I would have been able to really focus where I wanted to collect. So at first, I would have said I would be a mix of just enjoying collecting for myself and being a speculator, but now I've kind of shifted to more so reading and collecting for myself. So I've started to read a lot more electronically and just only collecting certain books from my LCS and searching books online. So I'd say, in summary, figure out what type of collector you are, what you like, and minimally at least read and collect and enjoy the things that you love. I think that will bring the most joy for you. I myself have started to ask myself these two questions, the what and why, throughout my comic collecting, and I've definitely geared and focused myself a lot over the past actually just couple months. So if you have any pieces of advice, please put those in the comment section below. I'd really like to hear them. So if you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you're notified of when I come out with new content. From my comic journey to yours, make it your own. Bye.